Welcome to our first Caribbean Couples Challenge. I am Priscilla Ramcharan, the founder of the West Indian Women Network and Project Love Global. We are delighted to present you with incredibleness tonight. Whether you have been part of a couple only recently or for what seems like a lifetime, it is never too late to learn something about your partner or see how well you already know each other. That is exactly the sort of fun we plan to have this evening. Our goal is to showcase our beautiful couples from the Caribbean. So before we begin, I'd like to thank our incredible sponsors, including the West Indian Women Network. We have plentytalent.com, GPA, Aquatica, Espera Charters, A Better Life, Aquatica Survival Swim School, Passionate Words Editing Services, WZYE FM Radio, POW Music, the Reiki Healing House, and Caribbean Social Media Hub. So we greatly appreciate the support and look forward to future endeavors. Before we jump into the thick of things, let me quickly remind you to keep the event family friendly, be conscious of your choice of words, and avoid profanity and offensive language. Now, as for the prize structure, we have 9 prizes in total. So there will obviously, in this case, be first, second, and third place, and we are giving the audience a chance to win a prize. All right, so all contestants will receive the following prizes. And of course, we have the prize for our audience member. So you'll receive Mindset to Self-Love written by me. And I will personally interview each couple for the West Indian Women Network. So get ready for that. We also have Exercises at Work that was sponsored by a colleague of mine from Brazil. And then we have 1 free book marketing consultation from Caribbean Social Media Hub. The Reiki Lighthouse will give 20 minutes of virtual Reiki guided meditation. And then George Rampasad, the steel pan player, he will personally mail you a copy of his CD. Okay, and then you'll receive 1 free advert placement in A Better Life and 1 session of the free dive experience of Espera. So some of y'all might have to go to Trinidad if you win. And then the audience prize is going to be a free feature in Plenty Talent for Caribbean Creative. And it can be the winner of a family or friend, a member of your family or your friend. So a few conditions will apply. So again, contestants, special thank you for your participation. Deep breath. There will be 3 to 6 rounds depending. So we'll see how this goes. And let's see, round 1, 3 points for the winner, 2 points for second place, and 1 point for third place. And so we'll keep that structure to calculate. My lovely co-host will be keeping track of your scores. All right, so you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, ready.
All right. Woohoo! Well, let me also introduce you all. So we have Mr. and Mrs. Barrios in Trinidad right now. We have Mr. and Mrs. Eccles currently in New York, but Mrs. Eccles is originally from Barbados and Mr. Eccles is originally from, please remind me?
From Chicago.
From Chicago. Perfect. And then we have Mr. and Mrs. Derrick. So they are currently in Long Island, originally from Barbados, correct? All right, very good. So you're ready?
Chelsea.
Barbados and St. Vincent.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. So really have the Caribbean here. Welcome and thank you all again. All right, the first round is the item hunt. So couples, find the following items and the first couple to return in 1 minute or less with the correct items will get the points. So I need you to find some pepper sauce and your country's flag. Go. Go, Mrs. Eccles. I think she's frozen. Ooh, look, look, look. Wow. Mrs. Derrick came back with the pepper sauce. Oh, Mr. Barrios has his pepper sauce.
I do.
Woo-hoo. And where's the country flag? Robert,
You got
keep
one?
an eye out for Mr. and
It's
Mrs.
upstairs.
Eccles.
Okay, then forget about it. You don't have a keychain or anything? Look on the fridge. There's nothing? Oh, honey, you could have bring the wrap. My wrap.
Oh.
That caught me.
And we.
Oh, okay. how
Never
we gonna
mind,
do
somebody's
this?
wrap for the flag.
So Mr. and Mrs. Barrios has the
Yeah,
flag
everybody.
and the pepper sauce.
Well, that was alright.
Wow. Really good, really good. Mrs. Eccles, you missed it.
I know. I don't know what's wrong with our connection. Sorry.
Okay, we'll give you a chance, all right? Because we're still waiting for this couple. So you need to go and get a bottle of pepper sauce and your country's flag. 1 minute or less, Miss Eccles, healthy woman.
Okay.
You stay there.
Oh, she told him to stay there. Oh gosh, come on, you still have a chance. Oh goodness. Well, you know all you getting this set of points. You came first, Mr. and Mrs. Barrios.
Oh, nice.
Very good job. We didn't even say how long each couple has been together. How long you been together, Mr. and Mrs. Barrios?
A
In,
couple, 25 years, married 23.
Congratulations. Wow.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. Oh, there she goes. And where the pepper sauce? Oh, goodness me. And Mr. and Mrs. Eccles, how long have you both been together?
12 years.
Oh, congratulations. Still in the
Thank
teens. Still in the teens.
Still in the teams.
nice.
And Mr. and Mrs. Derek, how long have you both been together?
3 going on 25.
Congratulations. I like that. All right, very nice, very nice. So Mr. and Mrs. Barrios came back with both items first, and then did Mr. and Mrs. Derek show us their items?
The pepper sauce, but we were too lazy to go to get it.
Oh gosh, oh gosh. Well, you can tell some other couples. But all right. So
Blue
second
cheese
place,
peppers.
Mr. and Mrs. Eccles, and then Mr. and Mrs. Derek, third place. Third point, 3 points for Mr. and Mrs. Barrios, 2 points for Mr. and Mrs. Eccles, and 1 point for Mr. and Mrs. Derek. Okay, round 2. Know your mate question. No whispering. Keep your eyes on the camera. You can even select one of your mates to cover their eyes. So pick which one going to cover their eyes.
You gonna cover yours? All right, I'll cover mine. Oh, okay.
And so the couple who can see, I ain't see nobody up here covering there. Okay, yes. Watch him, Miss Barrios, if he peeping. So we're going to type it in the chat. The person who can see is going to type the answer in the chat. The
Okay.
person whose eyes is covered is going to say what they typed in the chat. Okay? Okay. All right. First question. Cover your eyes, Mr. Eccles. Who's covering their eyes there? Look at this.
I'm covering my eyes.
I see you, Mr. Derek. You go
Sorry, we couldn't get.
ahead. Yeah. First question. Type it in the chat. What is your mate's biggest pet peeve? I feel like Mr. Barr is peeking through that little pinky spot there, you know. Type. What is your mate's biggest pet peeve? Don't, Miss Barris, I tell you, watch me, you know.
I don't know what it is already. This is the other way around. She have a lot of pet peeves. So you play my biggest pet peeve?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, couples, come on. What's happening?
Okay,
You
send it through.
Send it through. Don't peek, other partner. Not yet, Mr. Eccles. Cover your eyes.
Oh my. Oh.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. All right. Waiting for the next two. Somebody grinning over there. I don't know what's happening.
I sent it. Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am. I see it.
Okay.
Make sure he cover any eyes.
Okay.
Mrs. Derek is cracking up over there. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Waiting for
That's
one more.
Not sure if I'll. Did I put it for everybody? Everybody seen it?
Yes. That pinky though on Mr. Barrios, I don't know. It's like a little crack over there. I see it.
Don't worry, don't pay already. Please.
Okay.
Mr. Barrios, cover your eyes. We ain't going yet.
Okay.
Oh, God, boy.
I'm sorry, I told him I already typed it, so he can't see it.
I can't see it. I don't know.
Oh, she getting you in trouble. Oh, gosh, boy. Mr. Barrios. All right.
Gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so perfect. Thank you. So let's start with Mrs. Eccles because she was first. So Mr. Eccles, what is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
That's a hard question. I don't know if I have.
10 seconds.
That's
Mr.
not one
Eccles.
particular thing that really sets me off.
It's
I like to think for the most part I'm pretty easygoing.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Probably
Uh-huh.
the kids fighting. The
Okay.
kids fighting.
And sorry, Mr. Eccles. She said saying Happy Father's Day to a mother on Father's Day.
Oh my God.
All right, that was specific.
All right.
That only happens once a year.
I know. She didn't give you any wiggle room at all. So, Mr. Barrios, without looking, what did Mrs. Barrios say is your pet peeve?
I don't know if I even have pet peeves. I know my wife's pet peeve. Spiders. That would be so easy.
She told you to cover your eyes. Sorry.
What?
I suggest you might want to choose anything off the top of your head.
I guess I'll choose anything. Wow. Pet peeves. Wow, I don't know, man.
3,
2. I don't know.
Okay, sorry. She said something that pretends to be something it's not.
Oh, food. Yeah. Definitely, yeah, I guess.
You
All
can't,
right.
you can't get them to eat anything soya or muck.
Yeah, that.
I feel you.
Food
Robert and I
pretending to
had
be
that
something else.
conversation, you know. Right, all right.
That's a pet peeve?
I can't feed you tofu.
No.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Derek, are you still with us? Thank you for your patience. What did Mrs. Derek say?
Can I uncover my eyes?
Close the chat so you can't cheat.
All right.
Let's see how
I
well
like
you
you.
treat
All right.
Pet peeves.
Okay, sorry.
People
Sending it
people
now.
who put restrictions. So it's like,
Okay, I send it in.
well,
now.
tell me
And
I can't do
this week
something.
only because we
I'm supposed to do, so like, don't do this and don't.
Don't like authority?
Yeah. It's like,
Very close. Very close. She said saying don't before anything.
So that's
Wow. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good.
thank
All
you.
right. So, yeah, wow. 3 points for Mr. and Mrs. Derek. Sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Barrows. Mr. and Mrs. Echo. It's tight. It's going to be tight. All right. Question 2. Who's going to type and who's going to look away?
I guess I will look away and
either
he'll type.
tomorrow, Thursday.
Yeah. I'm typing.
You dive in. All
Okay, here's the
right.
big takeaway.
If
You want to
your
cry?
mate,
Or I look away or?
Yeah.
if your mate can change one thing about you, what would it be?
Okay. Ada type button. Wait, wait.
And just at a time.
Right here.
I can't.
I know.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. So the first one that entered their response was Mrs. Derrick. So Mr. Derrick, what did she say that she would change about you?
That's you.
I know. I'm thinking. That wish I was home from work more. Cause I work.
OMG. That is correct. Yes.
She's what I
Perfect.
nag all the time.
Yeah, she always telling me I can't.
Well, that's how he takes care of you.
True facts. For true.
Just hide the car keys. I got you. All right. So,
You're right, there.
Mrs. Eccles, what would Mr. Eccles change about you?
What would he change about me?
Yes,
What about
ma'am.
change about her? I thought she was asking what. I thought I was asking what she would change about me.
What did I say? If your mate can change one thing about you, what would it be? Right. So what would you, Mrs. Eccles, change about him?
It's kind of hard because I'm perfect. So you have to give her a minute.
I see. All
Something
right. Confident.
Well, okay. I've said this many times. This year it's really getting better. So let's see if maybe it's this. More softer toned when it comes to like, a disagreement.
Ding, ding, ding. Being more calm, he said.
Wow.
That's amazing. Very good. All right, Mrs. Barrios, you're up. You can look now, Mrs. Eccles. You can take your hand down.
So, wow. I would think the bottom of my head will probably be his height out of 2 inches.
Ding, ding, ding. That's really perfect. Correct. All right, very good. Here we go again. We have 2 more questions. Very good. Pat yourselves. Okay. So who's covering their eyes? Perfect. All right. Who covering? All right. Who covering? All right. Mrs. Derrick knows. So what, ready? What does your mate like best about their mother-in-law?
That is funny as hell.
Mrs. Eccles like,
Wow. Oh my gosh. That is funny as hell.
Okay, Miss Barrios got hers.
I'm really thinking now.
All right, Mrs. Derrick entered theirs. Okay, we got it. All right, so the first person was Mrs. Barrios. So, Mr. Barrios, what did she say?
All right. Wow. They don't get along a lot, but let me see. He said, what is something about? Oh, generosity, I guess.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Barrios, it's cooking.
Cooking?
Yes.
Yeah, food. For cooking.
My mother-in-law or your mother?
My mother.
Oh, your mother for cooking. I thought you were talking about my mother.
Petra?
Yeah.
No, my mother.
Whoops. All right. Okay, sorry. You can look now, Mr. Barrios.
Yeah.
He's right taking a rest. All right, Mr. Eccles, what did Mrs. Eccles say?
Okay, so let me clarify then if I missed her Barrios' question. So we're talking about my mother, or
What does your mate like best about their mother-in-law? So yes.
okay, about my mother. Okay, so I believe that she's.
It's Petra.
No, I put up on the
I did it the reverse.
She
Sorry.
put her mother.
What would my
Yeah.
mom think?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
What are you thinking, Mr. Eccles? Either way, what would she
I
have
thought she
put?
was talking about my mother. Okay, so, if we're talking about her mother, then I would say that she always remembers holidays, birthdays. She never forgets.
Okay, that's pretty close. That she asks about him often and sends best wishes. Okay, very nice. And let's see, Mr. Derek, you ready? What did Mrs. Derek say?
I muted so you can talk now.
My mother was she was always into the celebrity gossip, so she used to always talk about the latest going on at the time.
And my condolences to you, but you are correct. Very good. She said deceased, but stories of how she gossiped and had a nickname for everybody.
Oh, really? She had names for everybody.
All right, so Luke, you decide on that set of points. So let me see. I just think I'm going to go ahead, since we have our three couples, I'm just going to go ahead to the final challenge. Then we'll tally up the points. All right? So, couples, shake it off. Shake it off. You did it. All right? Wait, that was all the questions? Oh, shucks, just kidding. We have one more question. One more question. Who's going to close their eyes? All right, cool. So, last question in this round. Who's covering their eyes? All right.
You can have it.
Oh, so it'd be you.
I think it's
This is what you're doing. When
the
it comes
first
in,
chat.
type it in, and you see.
I
This
wasn't
thing-
seeing that below.
Okay, once it comes up, you see.
Okay, I seen it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Miss Harris, he don't text
That's
you
a
a
new
good
thing.
morning, girl? He don't text you a good morning?
Well, this is a new phone.
And we
Just
work
kidding.
together, so we literally spend a lot of time
So
together.
you
Yeah.
literally say good morning. Okay. Oh, that's so nice. I like that.
Yeah, you come up.
Alright.
You're ready. I'm just kidding, Mr. Barris. I know you got love
That's
for her.
okay.
All right, just playing. All right, so ready? Question: if your mate was to be a famous star, who would they choose?
Oh my goodness.
If who meets if you was
If
to be a
your
famous
mate.
star.
So, Mr.
Yeah.
Barris, you're answering. So yes, if
Okay.
Mrs. Barris met. And we made the questions like this to kind of make you think a little bit, you know?
Okay. So if she wanted, if like me or her,
She. Who would she be?
who would she be?
choose? Yeah. Mrs. Derek is correct.
I don't know, man.
She giggling too much. I feel she know the answer.
Who
Well, you could be that too, Mrs. Eccles.
Oh,
I mean,
me?
hey.
Wait, who he?
You want me to read it
thought it
again?
was us.
If your
Very
mate,
confusing.
if your
Mhm.
spouse
Right.
was to be a famous star, who would
Right.
they choose? Who would they choose?
Who would they choose? Wow. I got it now. I understand.
Very nice. Oh, because when I saw that, Mrs. Derek, I was like, all right. You know, what be happening behind the scenes? All right, we ready? Okay. So, Mr. and Mrs. Eccles. Mr. Eccles, what did Mrs. Eccles say? Imagine if this was in person.
I'm not picking. I promise. My eyes are still closed.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I don't really star watch, believe it or not. So this one is kind of tough. Maybe a score. Maybe like Van the Holyfield. I don't know.
Okay. She said
Really?
Black
Yeah.
Panther. Sorry, Mr. Eccles. Nope. Okay. So now, did Mr.
I don't.
Wait, Mr. Barrios, you entered yours?
No, I didn't enter any.
Nothing? You're taking a loss?
Yep.
Oh, shucks.
What I think he would be, or what I think he would say that I would be.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
That he would be, or his answer.
That he would say you would be? Yeah, his
Scarlett
answer.
Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson, I'm sure you know.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, I don't know. I'm
She has
sorry.
the boobs.
She got the boobs.
She like boobs.
Very real answer. Lick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Mr. and Mrs. Derrick. So what did Mrs. Derrick say?
It was me. She would have one time Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Who?
Henry Cavill.
The Witcher.
Ah,
Yeah, and
all right.
Henry
for
Cavill, the
me, it
picture
would be
hot.
Scarlett
Go ahead,
Johansson.
girl. Make it a little challenge, you know? So, Mr. Derrick, what did Mrs. Derrick say?
Samuel Jackson.
Yes. Did she close the chat?
What would it be?
You would be Taraji Henson.
Bam.
That's why I
That's
said it.
really what she put. So, Luke, we have Mr. and Mrs. Derrick, 3 points. Mr. and Mrs. Barrios took a loss. And Mr. Eccles did not guess the correct one. So, I'm thinking no points. You got that?
I would say that Mr. and Mrs. Derrick should get deducted 2 points because their last name is the first name.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That was a joke.
That's a good one.
So, one more question, and then we could always try again. Maybe get some more couples too, fine tune some things. And, you know, this was good to know how it actually ran live. All right. So, the last question is you'll need some kind of writing utensil and some piece of paper or however you want.
Here, baby, keep.
Look,
You wanna write on this? Piece of paper.
I think this can be something very entertaining on a regular basis, you know, to have different couples and do all these, especially the competitive ones, you know, it'll make it a little more.
I like it that it forces us
You
to
know,
think.
my wife is more competitive.
Yeah.
I'm not that competitive.
I'm speaking right now.
Yeah.
Well, one person, you know, have to balance the other.
Yeah.
Mr. Derrick, what did you say? Your wife what?
I was like, it forces us to think about each other a little bit more. To think
Mhm.
what she wants or what she thinks.
Oh, I know her to a T.
Well, you had 25 years, right?
Yeah, I know her to a T. We practically grew up together, yeah, so. I met her when she was 15 years old, so.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
her good.
I got 3 years. I got still trying to get myself into this head.
All right. Okay. So there you go. That'll be awesome. I can't wait for the interview. So remember, you'll be interviewing with me for the West Indian Women Network, and that's why we called it Feel the Connection. All right. So the last one is Bring Your Rhyme. Okay. So you'll get 4 words. And 1 minute to write a poem where the end of each line will rhyme.
No.
You got this. You got this. You got
Get this. So the 4 words. You ready?
Mhm.
Sweet, feet, treat, and greet.
One more time, please.
Yes, ma'am. Sweet,
Feet.
feet, treat, greet.
Do we start the poem?
Yes, ma'am. You may begin.
You don't have to type it in the chat, right?
Hold on.
Pen and
No,
paper.
you don't have to
No.
type it. We'll just read
No
it.
pen and paper.
Okay.
How many stanzas you want?
Hello?
sorry.
What do you say, Ms.
I'm very
Barrios?
competitive.
She's very competitive.
Well, I'll give you 1 more minute, okay?
But how many stanzas she says you want?
Well, you have 4 words, and you could
Like 4? 1, 2, 3.
right. So the end of each line. So maybe 4 lines is good.
Oh wow. So she overwrote.
But that's fine too. But the ending of each line will rhyme with those words.
Okay.
All right, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So are all the couples happy? They enjoying this event for now?
Yes.
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 All right, we're gonna have to take some extra precautions for the next event. Wink, wink. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
You go first? Okay.
All right. He's my lover. I love him from head to feet. He gives me many treats. When we meet, we greet each other with hugs and kisses. I love my sweetheart and pray we never part. So feet and treat. So meet and greet. I did it the wrong way, right?
No, it could be in any order. So just as write a poem where the end of each line rhymes. All right? Okay. And then Mr. and Mrs. Barrios, you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
You always with me greet. Life daily with you is a treat. Your words and your kisses are sweet, especially when you rub my feet.
Ah.
I'm getting old, so is my feet. But still you have your youthful greet. You still know my chocolate treats, and your kisses are still sweet.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. and Mrs. Derek, you ready?
So, I didn't understand, so I thought we had to write our own. So we wrote 2 separate ones. But since I'm bad
Okay.
at poetry, we're gonna go with her.
But let's go. When I met you, I looked at your feet and I thought, ooh, I'm in for a treat.
Oh
Then-
wow.
Then you walked up to the car so we could greet. My last thought was, aw, he's sweet.
Oh,
That was way
All right, so Robert and Liza. Robert sent it directly to me. They were gonna vote for y'all anyway. So what do you think, Robert? Okay. All right, so it looks like the audience has voted for Mr. and Mrs. Derek. Very, very nice. All right. That is wonderful.
Everything. All of the poems were really sweet. All of the poems were really sweet. But you see that the first thing you do is look at his feet. I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. So Luke is going to tell us about the points.
So we have 19 for Andy and Don, 9 for Andrea and Mark, and 8 for the Barrios.
All right. So very, very nice. So congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Derek. first place. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Eccles, second place. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Barrios, third place. Remember to schedule your interview with the West Indian Women Network. All right. So that is it for the evening. Thank you for your participation and for helping us to realize what we can do to make this event more efficient, more effective. And, you know, you all were our beta, so that's really nice. So once again, you're welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope you had a good time. I tried to
It
be
was
funny.
fun.
We had fun.
Okay.
It was good. It was good.
Very nice. So you'll come back? We can count on you all next time?
Definitely.
Okay, bring
Yeah.
some more fun couples too. Okay, so I'd like to thank our incredible
Yeah,
sponsors. Awesome. Including the West Indian Women Network.
Hopefully on a weekend.
Hopefully on a weekend. We can talk about that for sure. All right. So we'd like to thank our incredible sponsors, the West Indian Women Network, plentytalent.com, GPA, Aquatica, Espera Charters, A Better Life, Aquatica Survival Swim School, Passionate Words Editing Service, WZYE FM radio station, PAL Music, the Reiki Healing House, and the Caribbean Social Media Hub. We greatly appreciate your participation and look forward to working with you in the future. Get ready for our Read Your Ting Poetry Contest in November. That was amazing. And then the Short Film Showcase 2 is coming again soon. And then for anyone who has Caribbean funny short stories and poems, a third book is in the works. So if you want to contribute to this project, you can also contact Gavin. And then we have our speed dating event planned in September with Robert and Gavin will be there and another colleague of ours. For me, I have, for Project Love Global, we have our Christmas toy drive and we have a drop-off box in New Jersey. So if anybody knows anybody in New Jersey and wants to drop off toys there, we're sending a barrel down. And if you're in Trinidad,
Which part of Jersey?
South Orange.
Oh,
I'll send you the flyer. All right. And so you could also visit Project Love Global on Facebook, Project Love 19. And then my recent book, Globalization of Hearts, that I wrote about George Rampersad, the steel pan player. He said for every book sold, he will donate that to Project Love as well. So yay. And then we have our audience member. You win a fabulous prize, which I will send to you as well. So thank you to our lovely audience. And everybody have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you guys.
Big hug.
Thank you. Nice
You're
meeting you
welcome.
all.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Nice
welcome.
meeting you all.